breath weapons.
Resist, resistant to cold and lightning, immune to fire and poison. And that's just
Resistant.
one of them. The other ones could have different resistances and immunities. Resistances mean they'll take half damage.
But then again, it's not my main thing, is it? Also, do you do the variant? Do you do the variant rule that dragons are spellcasters or no?
Is that a
I've never
variant?
heard of that variant.
I kind of assumed
I
they just
promise
were.
I didn't pull it out of my ass. I think it's in Fizbins. It doesn't matter though. Since it's
Okay,
not going to be
I'll
happening
look it
for a
up.
while. Since
I'll
it
go
won't be,
ahead and look it up.
yeah, you do that. Uh, but in any case, I'll have to sort of evaluate.
Okay. So.
Hi, how are you?
Hey. Alright,
Tech
so.
support finally helped.
They did, and we're naming our first NPC Sam. Hooray, Sam!
Ooh!
Oh wait, I can just.
And this session, are we gonna get to play with the chat GPT bot?
Not tonight. We're not going to chance it. We're just going to move forward. I will have Wick on standby, though. So I'm pulling him up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. But I did have a storm, so I think that was the reason. So, or fate. Who knows? Okay, well, guys, welcome to D&D tonight. We are playing Krest Season 1, Part 3. Party 4th is this next episode. I'm currently pulling up your long rest shenanigans that might occur, so be prepared. BTW, if you guys could introduce your characters, and if someone wants to start off, great. If not, y'all need to roll Gambit. Actually, everyone roll Gambit. Everyone roll Gambit. Whoever's high has to introduce their character first.
Roll gambit, meaning I have to roll my highest.
Whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got a
I assume
13.
a 30.
27.
9.
37, I believe.
Nope, just 30.
30. Oh. 30, you're up.
Yep. Okay. My character's name is Amph. She is an Aasimar warlock. She has golden blonde hair. She wears a green noble dress. And she's married to a vampire. I think that's really all you need to know about her.
Excellent. Cora, you're next.
So, I'm sorry, I forgot the introduction. So my character's name is Cora Bloodworth. She's a Dampier Eldritch Knight fighter, and she's trying to become a full vampire. So that's a thing. That's basically it.
Dimitri.
My character's name is Dimitri Bloodstone. He's a Nemesis, Sindarian, Barbarian Sorcerer. And he's trying to become his own person.
Mad Dwarf, you've got feedback because you're open mic and it's really bad, so I'm muting you. DM me when you get that figured out. What was that, Dimitri?
Do you want me to just go again?
Yes, please.
Okay, my character's name is Dimitri Bloodstone.
The dwarf is echoing.
Alright.
Okay, my character's...
There. I server muted him. I think you may have just muted him for yourself.
Thank you. I couldn't figure out how to server mute. It wouldn't let me. Weird.
I thought it was me for a second.
Alright, thank you. I
Am I
appreciate
good to
that,
go?
dear Ikki. Yes, Dimitri. Round 3. Say it 3 times. Make it rhyme, and all will be fine.
My character's name is Dimitri Bloodstone. He's a Nemesis Sindarian, and he's a barbarian multi and he's trying to become his own person.
Excellent. You have memories, if I'm not mistaken, from your bloodline,
Yeah.
and they are a vampiric bloodline that has been casted into the Bastille system. That being said, Pigeon, or should I say Dante, you're up.
My name is Dante. I am a fighter, human male fighter, certified as an Eldritch Knight. He currently has an unpaying tenant living in his head, telling him to do evil sorts and shenanigans. So far, he has managed to ignore those, but each day it is getting much more difficult. He's sounding very persuasive. So he looks like or not an elite knight from Dark Souls with a long cape covering his arm because he's no longer a plasmoid.
Roll wisdom save.
18. It's not
Excellent.
getting me today.
You are fine. The sun seems to shine outside the porthole of this ship called Sparrow that you all reside on currently. Your long rest efficiently, going through the motions. However, we still have 2 more characters to introduce. Dear Ikki, if you could unmute Mad Dwarf King and please introduce your character.
I am playing as Ikki, a
You may need to mute Mad Dwarf King again. Thank you.
I'm playing as Ikki, a Aarakocra rogue. Um, I completely a rogue and ranger. I started to multi-class into ranger. And he looks like a crow. And I no longer have the fool as of the middle of the night. I, for a while, had the fool card from the deck of many things, and that was not fun.
That being said is this. The ship begins to sway back and forth during your long rest, and you notice the shadows seem to appear against the walls as the sun begins to set. And you also know by the time you finish your long rest, it will be 10 p.m. Keep that in mind, dear adventurers. That being said is this. As you begin to rest, everyone roll me 1d8.
5.
8.
1.
2.
That's a 2.
For the first hour of the ship, you're stirred to awake yourself, Dante, or maybe it was the voice in your head. The creeping ichor begins to circle round, and you notice for just a moment you have to sneeze. Do you?
I see no harm that could come from sneezing. So
As you
yes.
do, black ichor falls from your nose and falls down onto the floor, begins to seep into the boards. Everyone who is currently inside of the barracks, I believe that's Amphi, Dante, and Oozey, and Ikki, please roll me a perception check.
Is this tuberculosis? Am I becoming Arthur Morgan?
24. 7.
If you roll 20 or higher, you see a seeping black ichor fall out of Dante's nose and onto the floor and seep into the boards.
Dante, you good?
Yeah.
Why? What's that gunk coming out of your nose? He's gonna like reach under his helmet and he's gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely fine. Do you need like healing?
I don't need anything. I'm fine.
All right, fine.
I assure you, this is nothing out of the ordinary.
All right, let's just hope your brain isn't melting or something.
It is already melted. So,
And then,
Can
Ikki, can you
cross it off.
unmute our dear friend Mad Dwarf King and see if he can introduce Oozey, please?
He's unmuted now.
Oozey, can you hear us, darling? From the ethers, you awaken.
Yes. I'm Uzi Dori. I'm a plasmoid. I'm a barbarian fighter multi-class, and my whole gimmick is I'm a lucha libre. So I mostly do grapples, unarmed strikes, stuff like that.
Excellent. That being said, is this? The echo is gone. Everyone clap and cheer. We continue on. The ship begins to sway back and forth. What did you roll for your D8?
I got a 5.
I rolled a 7.
I got it 8.
and rolled a 2.
Cora and Amph, I believe you both rolled a 2. That being said, is this? You hear during your long rest a loud screaming happening outside of your doors. Dearest Cora, you hear it down the hall. It seems to be almost just around the corner.
I'm curious. And tell me, what is the quality of the sound I hear?
Just kidding, kids. What were you saying, dearest Cora, as you were peering around the corner? You had rolled an Arcana or Religion. Both would be acceptable.
Oh, no. I did Arcana. It was a 21.
You can tell that the eerie sounds do seem unnatural, though they try to mask themselves.
So the sound it's unnatural in its quality. So in that case, though she's probably going to pay for this because the last time she tried to investigate something, she almost got her head knocked off by a dragon person. um, she is definitely going to grab her great sword and head down the hall to see what's up.
Amph, what are you doing with that sound you heard?
Let's see. Did we finish our long rest?
Absolutely not. You're only hour 2. That being said, Cora, remember you need 4 out of the 8 hours to complete your long rest. The rest of you need at least 6.
Well, I don't know if this is something that can wait necessarily. So we might have to on it.
I guess I'll go check it out.
Excellent. And did you, Cora, did you venture around the bend?
Most certainly.
Are you either of you rolling stealth or making idle walk down the hall?
Nope, I'm not rolling stealth. I'd like to roll intimidation though.
Ooh. Excellent. That being said, is
I'd
this...
like to.
Ooh, Cora.
Yes. I would like to roll stealth. Particularly, I'm climbing along the top of the ceiling so that they don't see me. Or whatever this thing is, I want to be able to see it before it can see me.
Roll stealth. And, Amph, if your passive perception matches or higher, you see a dear fellow feathered friend. No, it's Cora again, up there in the ceiling.
One moment, please, while I do that.
And, Amph, what did you roll for your intimidation check?
Let's see. A 26.
Hmm.
Damn. One moment. Stealth.
Oh,
Stealth away. That is a 14. If the 14 isn't sufficient, let me know. I might roll a d10.
that being said, is this. As you peer around the corner of your door frame, Cora, you see two guards outside of a door. They seem almost relaxed by the scream that was just heard. They're at the end of the hall, near the large door, the one on the right that seems above you, trying to hide in the shadows. Amp, Cora, what are you doing next?
So I'm sorry. There are guards where again?
Excellent. I will load them on the D&D Beyond map. They are at the end of the hall. I will also ping it here in just a moment. Oh, my bad. Here we go. Round 3 or 4. Anyone keeping track? Ooh.
The game's on.
Yay! Okay, I am adding guards to the purple door on the right side of the double doors. And I'm pinging right now. As you go through the hallway, Amph, you see two guards at the end. I tried to ping to the best of my abilities. I'm adding guards right now for all of you friends.
Radio.
And where are your characters on the map?
I'm going to need to take a moment to adjust that on my computer.
Excellent. And Amph...
So I
Oh. Okay, come on, guys. Are you gonna talk? All right. And Amph, what are you doing, darling?
I'm going to continue walking down the hallway.
Awesome. And Cora? We'll give Cora a moment. Amph, you see two guards at the end of the hall standing in front of a door that seems to be barred. What do you do?
You said Amph, right?
Yes.
I'm going to continue walking down. And then I'm going to look at them. I'm going to say,